welcome candidate for auditor, former Assistant Secretary of Transportation, Chris Dempsey.
Good afternoon, Massachusetts Democrats. Thank you for being a part of this important Democratic Party platform convention. You are the heart and soul of a state party that is a national leader. I'm Chris Dempsey, and I'm running for state auditor because I believe that Massachusetts is the greatest state in the country, and we all deserve a state government to match. The state auditor's office is all about making government more transparent, more accountable, more efficient, and more fair. We've had a tremendous leader in that position for the last 11 years. Auditor Bump has done a wonderful job as a capstone in her career in public service. Thank you, Madam Auditor. I'm the son of public school teachers. They met while teaching at the Martin Luther King School in Boston. They were placed in adjoining classrooms, and they fell in love. So I grew up in a family of educators, and we talked about the importance of public investment. We talked about the fact that they were digging into their own pockets to pay for school supplies for their students, as so many public school teachers still do to this day across the Commonwealth. We asked questions like what's working, what's not working, and how do things need to change? And those are the very questions that you want your state auditor asking. As Assistant Secretary of Transportation for Governor Deval Patrick, I co-founded the program that created smartphone apps that tell you when your bus or train is going to arrive, the very first apps in the entire country. We reformed state government and made it work better for you. Real results, not just rhetoric. And as the co-founder of No Boston Olympics, I led a grassroots campaign going up against some of the most powerful business interests in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. We were protecting state taxpayers against a $10 to $15 billion bid that would have drained those resources from more urgent needs like public health and public education. Now that was a pretty tough campaign. We got outspent 1,500 to 1. But we had two things going for us. Number one, we had the facts on our side, including the fact that the International Olympic Committee was requiring you as taxpayers to cover 100% of the cost overruns. And number two, we had the people of Massachusetts with us. And we saw that as we put good information before the people of Massachusetts, that they got things right. That's what your state auditor does. Digs into the depths of the executive branch of state government, puts good data into the public realm, and allows us to build a stronger Commonwealth through that process. But resume is not enough in this race. You also deserve a state auditor that shares the values of the Democratic Party. And that means never wavering on issues of marriage equality and expanding rights for our transgender neighbors. That means never equivocating on gun control. And that means standing up to make sure that we are protecting the climate and doing what we must do in Massachusetts. As state auditor, I will be the first auditor in the country to incorporate carbon accounting into audits of relevant state agencies. That allows us to hold those agencies accountable and make sure that they are living up to the mandates and requirements that are now on the law. We have a lot to be proud about in Massachusetts, but the last year has shown a bright light on failures and shortcomings of our state government. We've seen that we're not doing enough on the housing crisis, the opioid crisis, the student debt crisis, a frayed social safety net, and basic public services that just aren't delivering in this important moment of recovery. I know that Massachusetts can and must have a state government, a Commonwealth, that fixes those problems and helps everyone to succeed. That's why I'm running for state auditor. Massachusetts Democrats, I ask for your support. Please join us at dempseyforauditor.com to join a campaign that's going to make your state government more transparent, accountable, efficient, and fair. Together, we can do that.